Hello, Swivelheads. It's Greg Oswald, Green Gregs. We've had a major earthquake in Taiwan. Many of you have heard about that. We're going to show that. We're going to show some various videos from it, the damage, and we're going to talk about the storms. It's been a very eventful day today. I myself had to flee from a storm that came right over my house. I was on my almost back home, and I got the alert for it, and I went zip and buzzed north. You might have seen that in a live video I just recorded, maybe an hour or two ago. So we're going to go a little bit more now in depth into this Taiwan earthquake, and we're going to have a look at the storms that are progressing across the United States. Just a quick look through that to let you know to be weather aware, to be alert of what may be coming in your area. So, we're going to talk about some other things. So first thing I'm going to do is do a refresh so I can keep up with the chat session since we're live. And then I am going to get into the news, and we will cover news before we go to chat for those that watch after the fact and don't want to watch all the chat. Okay, very good. So here we go. We're going to do the share here. Bear with me 1 minute. And this is the report from the Weather Channel on the strong earthquake. This says a 7.4 in this article. I'm seeing the article saying 7.4, 7.5. It's all over the map, guys, so maybe it was a 7.4 here according to the Weather Channel. And they've got this video. Since it's on their channel, I won't play this here. It may be copyright. I don't want to get in trouble for that. But in any event, let's see, here's this building leaning in Hulane at a 45-degree angle. You'll see other pictures of that video from this street up here looking straight into it. So there's been a lot of damage. A lot of issues here. The earthquake struck just off the shore of Taiwan. It was felt throughout the entire island, including to islands they have Taiwanese islands just off the shore of China. It was felt there. And for those that don't know, we actually have American servicemen on the Taiwanese islands that are right next to China. And so this struck at 7:58 a.m. It was, like I said, 18 kilometers southwest of that city, Hulan, however you pronounce that, the one that I just showed you, the building leaning over, and was 31 kilometers or 21 miles deep, according to this source. I think I read a more shallow depth on another source, but according to the Weather Channel, it was 35 kilometers or 21 miles deep. For those that are putting out there that they thought it was a Russian device underground, it doesn't appear to be that, not at that kind of depth. So there have been several subsequent earthquakes as of the time of this report, and there's a 6.5 afterwards. Well, there's been actually quite a few. And these other islands, Mikyao and Yayama, well, the one that I mentioned, the one I saw earlier was a different name. I don't want to say it right now. I got to read it because those words just don't flow off my tongue that easy. All right, guys, here is a picture from USGS earthquake map. You can see that there's been quite a, if you look closely here, you can see there's quite a number of concentric. There's a lot of earthquakes going on right now. But here's a 5.1 off Ecuador, one on the San Andres Fault. We noticed this last night. A lot of earthquakes on the Ring of Fire and across the United States. Look at this, guys, up in Lincoln, Montana. This is near Jellystone National Park, Stanley, Idaho. I always call it Jellystone. One over here near New Madrid, still Missouri, 2.5. Eastern Texas here. Wow, 3.0. They're all over the place right now. Look here off the shore in the Marina Islands, a 6.2 out here. That's very significant. And they're having an aftershock there. In Saipan, part of the Marina Islands, right there, another 5.7. That one is significant. Well, this aftershock, the latest one here, is a 5.2. So now here's the thing to bear in mind. Even though they occurred at 7:58, you'd worry, wow, the earthquake like this, tumbling buildings over. I'm going to show you videos of bridges shaking with people on them, cars on them, with buildings just bridges just going heaving and hoeing. Not a place you'd want to be on a bridge, heaving and hoeing with a whole lot of traffic, a lot of people on. But that's what happened. So let's get in a little closer and see if we can actually see all these different concentric rings here. There's quite a few. Aftershocks, I mean, are just piled on top of each other. But here's the news. They went back to work. Look at all these earthquakes here. The Taiwanese sent kids to school, and they started their day up at 8:50 something. All right, everybody saying hi to each other. A lot of hearts, a lot of love in the house. I appreciate that. Michelle has given the direct link for how to donate to me through my worm website, my Green Greg's website. And it does work if you use the right link. Anyway, guys, here is the outermost ring. This one's 7.4. Let's go in some more. I mean, look at this, guys. Tons of aftershocks all around there. Not all exactly the same spot. Look at this, guys. That one looks like it's almost right on shore. As we go in closer and closer, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 earthquakes, or the main earthquake, and 12 aftershocks already. This is horrendous. And yet they went on back to work even after buildings toppled, bridges swayed. And that's probably important because if you are in Taiwan, you don't want to give mainland China an excuse to hit you thinking that you are hiding and shaking in your boots. These guys are tough. They're resolute. Even though buildings collapse, hey, Lady Dagger Status, haven't seen you in a while. Even though buildings were collapsing and stuff was happening, bridges were going heaving and hoeing, everybody stopped. They slowed down for a little bit, and then they went about their day. Imagine that. 5.2, that's a 5.2. Of course, this is a 7.4. I'm going to have to revise my title here. 5.1. 5.7. These are all big earthquakes. 5.1, 5.1, 6.4, 5.7, 5.7, 5.2, 7.4, 5.2, 5.7. Guys, all around here, there's just something slipping underneath here. There's a fault line or something that's gotten really active. You know, this is part of the subduction zone that follows around the first island chain, part of the ring of fire. It's where you expect earthquakes. So to have an earthquake here is not a surprise. And there had been some in Taiwan recently. You may know the capital city is Taipei. And as I showed over on my Silverhead News channel recently, the People's Republic of China, the CCP, has built a model of the capital city, Taipei, out in the desert to practice attacks on. There we go. An earthquake with 12 aftershocks already. And they're probably still mounting, probably still occurring, guys. So this is a very momentous event there in Taiwan. And let's just hope that it doesn't make the mainland China trigger happy. But over here, at 6.2 in the Marina Islands, 5.7. Yeah, and off Japan. Oh, yeah, they did have a tsunami. There was a tsunami of only about a foot, though, that washed up on some of these Japanese islands. These islands all the way to here are Japanese. Actually, Japan had possession of Taiwan. Japan gave Taiwan to the Republic of China, not the People's Republic of China, but to the Republic of China. Chiang Kai-shek fled to Taiwan, which was also known as the island of Formosa, when he lost the Civil War to the People's Republic of China. So his defeat was losing the mainland, but he wasn't defeated to the point of non-existence. So the Taiwanese people have continued the Republic of China, which predates the People's Republic of China. So for the People's Republic of China to refer to the Republic of China as a breakaway providence, that don't add up. So in any event, I'm not subscribing to that philosophy or the one China philosophy, just my personal whatever. But, you know, when you look at the history, it don't add up. That's just the claims of the People's Republic of China. But look at this, guys. It's very active in earthquakes today. In China, Alaska, we had one up there last night, 2.9, Arctic Village. So Kona, Alaska, 3.2. 2.9 close to Ferry, Alaska. Guys, these earthquakes are like this near the New Madrid fault. Says that fault line is still alive. She's quaking a little bit. Let's hope she don't build up to the largest earthquake recorded in the United States was right here. And we know we had a good Friday earthquake in Anchorage back in 1964 that was probably the largest one in recent history in the United States. That was very large. That was a huge earthquake. Horrendous earthquake. I've heard horror stories of people that saw it and things they saw there, which are probably, if I described them on this channel, would get this video in all sorts of trouble. And here, semi-Greece, just offshore of Turkey, here in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So things are shaking, but right here, these earthquakes merit special attention just because of the size and location. But you got to wonder if there's some synergy going on, because these are on opposite sides of this little mini plate right here in the Pacific Ocean. Of course, Indonesia is not to be left out. Well, that's actually in Timor, 4.4. This will be up in Indonesia, 4.9 in Kendari, how do you pronounce that? And Hawaii is always shaking because they got the volcanic activity there. And of course, our friends in Dominican Republic, they're dancing in lieu of the Puerto Ricans tonight. All right, offshore from Chile there, Port of Chile. So things are shaking all over in earthquake zone land. But let's look at Taiwan again. This one claims it's a 7.2. So I'll put 7.2 on my chart because this is out of Taipei Times. And it turned out it's actually a 7.4. And here they're showing some of the effects. I suppose this is in units that they use there in Taiwan. Highest intensity 6 was felt in Hualien. This is another view of that same tower. You just saw it from one of these other street views, probably this side, maybe that side, but I think it's over here. And there's plenty of photographs of this building. But see, the rail, the subway lines resumed operation at 8:45. And this thing occurred at 7:58. So they didn't even wait an hour, and they just got back to business after an earthquake like that. You know, I don't think Americans would have had the fortitude to just got on the subway and went back to business while they're still getting aftershocks. Major aftershocks are going on. So this is to be noted that they just go about their lives. Yes, I read here, school kids went back to school. The life just continued. 7:58 Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday morning there. It's still Tuesday night here. We got a time machine on Earth. So this is already probably well up in the day there now. MRT services in Taipei were suspended for 40 to 60 minutes. It don't look like it lasted no 60 minutes if they went back to resuming traffic at 8:45 a.m. from 7:58. So life just went back to normal. Here we had kids sent home early because of anticipation of tornadoes. You're talking about the tsunami alert. Well, it didn't rack up to be anything more than a 1-foot tsunami so far. But that's kind of surprising because there's actually a video of an island, mountain on one of the islands, side of it collapsing. When you get a sloughing off on an island, that in itself can cause an earthquake. Here you can see the same kind of stuff. Taipei 7.8. I'll check my email in a little bit to see what we got there. So let's look at some of these videos. Here's a video from a bridge. So these are videos of individual shots, so you don't usually have to worry about copyright here. Maybe I can expand this. I hope that this shows well. Usually when I expand these, you can see them. Sometimes I like to watch for verification. Mary, hey, so Mary is using Jason's site. Hey, Cowgirl, Wendy, Michelle. Yeah, we got a lot of people in the house right now. Let me see if I can see this thing expand open as I do it. But see, all right, good. So let's play this. You can see the bridge swaying. Everybody just stopped. Well, they weren't on the bridge. What are you supposed to do? Let it light bulb. These people sweating. Now they're starting to move again. See when that guy looked back at this woman? I mean, everything was stopped. They couldn't go, really. How would you like to build a bridge in a traffic jam in an earthquake? That's got to be a little bit unnerving. Would that unnerve you? Look back. Let me off this bridge. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was a 7.4. I used the Taipei Times, but I've seen the USGS does say 7.4. So here is the big tall building in downtown Taipei. Watch it sway. Oh, there's that building. Well, there's just after it fell. You heard it crunching still a little bit. Dust is in the air. I wouldn't want to be too close to that. That thing fell over completely. Just imagine all the dust and rubble would be flying out at you if you were that close. That would not be a good place to be. Yeah, all right, for YouTube, we can't show violence or anything where people got put out of life. We're not doing that. None of these videos show that. So for those AI bots that want to demonetize and attack, making assumptions, you're not going to see anything like that in this video. Hey, 那个别摸那个电线，很危险！别摸电线。Not seeing any reports yet of loss of life. Let's crush motorcycle. That building basically fell down the floor. See, there was a garage level or something down there. A lot of motorcycles and it got crushed. Look at that. Like a kid's bike. Boy, could you imagine being in one of those buildings that fell over sideways? This guy's going, oh my gosh. At least this building's still upright. A lot of them aren't. He's fortunate. Let's play this one more time. Yeah, I would not want to be standing with this guy or girls taking this video at that point in time. That would be scary. Yeah, then, 哎，那个别摸那个电线，很危险！别摸电线。好漂亮！那个瓦斯耶，有瓦斯耶。Many have not heard of any reports of loss of life. Now, I don't know if that will hold when that's a lot of building damage. If you were like in one of those garage areas and the building fell on you and you survived it, that would be hard to do. That would be hard to do. But if there is no loss of life, it's very fortunate. But still, a lot of people are going to have their lives severely disrupted. If you work in one of those buildings, if you lived in one of those buildings, you've essentially lost your home or maybe your work site. This could really disrupt your life for a lot of people there. I think your thoughts and prayers should go out to the people there in Taiwan who have dealt with this catastrophe. Strongest earthquake in 25 years, according to Taipei seismologist. Strongest earthquake in 25 years. There's another video off this building. Is this a police officer? What is this guy? Just some guy in a black suit.
爸爸不要太靠近，你退后。
Yeah, I believe he's a police officer. Oh, he's trying to direct some traffic.
你退后。
Yeah, there's a car over here, and he was signaling that car. I would imagine that's a police officer, but don't look. He's got a cap on, which is typical for police officers. I don't know, or it could have just been a civilian who's just trying to help out. Now, I want you to see this video here. This guy in this truck is realized that he is about to face an avalanche. So apparently, this avalanche caused a landslide, and this truck just barely got away from it. So we're going to enlarge this. Oh, shoot, music. We can't have that. Why they got to play music? Let me stop the sound on it. So, and we're going to back it up. Didn't realize there was music there. Now, this guy's right here. I hate to be that guy in that car. I think he actually left his vehicle. Now, you look up and you see something like that. That's an avalanche. That's a major avalanche. You see something like that, you better get out of the way, because an avalanche will travel about the speed of sound, about 700 miles an hour. It doesn't. Same thing with a volcano, with a pyroclastic flow. It will catch up with you in a hurry. You do not want to be caught in that. Could be devastating. It could be rocks. If it's pyroclastic flow coming out of a volcano, the hot vapor will vaporize you. But even this rock dust in your lungs, it causes scoliosis. It could actually choke you directly, immediately. And if it don't, it could leave you with lifelong effects of scoliosis. I imagine some of the people in New York City might have dealt with that. Of course, they also had chemicals and other things in those buildings. There were a lot of reports of cancer cases afterwards. So this guy sees this, and he's going to try to turn around on the road. At this point, there's no damage on the back of his vehicle, but he's a little bit panicked, and rightly so, because watch how fast this comes down into his area. He's trying to turn around and get away from it. I would say he's smart, but he had a very limited range. Now watch this. No music. He obviously bashes into something in the front of his vehicle. Maybe it's already bashed. Yes, it's already bashed because the front of his vehicle is damaged. Now look at this coming around right here. You see that? Apparently he's hauling debris. He's got limbs in the back of his truck. Yeah, front of his truck may have already been bashed. It might have been a result of all this. I don't know. Front of his truck's bashed. Now something falls off the back. Makes me wonder if he hit something on the back. Or it's the limbs. Now there's people walking around out there. Look at that. I would not want to be walking around outside the vehicle when this is coming down. This guy was probably smart enough and got out of the way. What about the guy videoing it? He's just standing there. He needs to be getting out of the way too. But watch when this truck clears, there's people on the other side. They need to be in that vehicle and need to be hauling, you know what, to get the heck out of the way. This guy was smart. Now, see that guy standing there? Look at that. There's two people standing there. At least two. Maybe their vehicle's broke down. Maybe he hit them before all this, during the middle of the shaking. I don't know. There's a lot of rubble right there and there. He might have hit some of this. It hit the road, but the front of his vehicle smashed up. He had the good sense to get the heck out of Dodge. They had a hard time turning around. Something got him right there. It might have been one of these rocks. I don't know. Maybe this guy's vehicle's disabled. I don't know what happened there. This vehicle's not moving. That's probably the guy that's shooting the video. He needs to be getting out of Dodge too. Why is that? I think that adjusted eclipse story was a April Fool's joke. There was April Fool's meme going around on that. All right, guys, let's look at the storms. Here's a storm prediction center. Let's go back to look at that map. Didn't do what I wanted to when I clicked on it. You can see all this in red. from eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, down into Alabama, Mississippi, parts of Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, eastern Kentucky, western Virginia, West Virginia. Now, all these are areas of concern right here. Watches, whoops. There's the current watches. That's tornado watches right now. If you live in any of these areas that are in the red, be aware. Listen to your weather service right now. There's various tornado watches in effect in different places, as you can see. All issued, what, April 3rd? Still the 2nd last time I looked. What is that all about? April 3rd. Oh, it expires April the 3rd, so it expires in the morning. Well, that says it's issued April 3rd. What the heck is that? I don't know. That's kind of weird. Look at this first one. That's here in Alabama. As y'all know, I just hightailed it out of the harm's way for a potential tornado myself. Here we are in eastern Kentucky, western West Virginia, and down here in western Virginia. Not West Virginia, but western Virginia. Western West Virginia. Now, this region right here, I had some of my ancestors live right there. Of course, the Hatfields McCoys feuded across this Tug River, which runs between West Virginia and Kentucky. Okay, I said I had some ancestors that lived right there. Stewarts. They went in when Daniel Boone went into Kentucky, and they took big shallow kettles to because there's supposed to be a salt spring there. They were going to cook and evaporate water out and make salt. They actually established the very first factory, you might say, or foundry in Kentucky. I don't think their salt enterprise was all that profitable, but they had quite a good homestead. So let's look at this tornado watch. That's the one in eastern Tennessee. So be weather aware, guys. Those are active watches right now. You can see that where the actual line of storms are, just west of this watch area. We will go look at this on a couple of other weather radars and stuff. We'll look at the Weather Channel's radar, because that's actual fact. If it'll afford to click on here, I seem to be stuck on this page. Refresh. Okay, refresh it. I went into Auburn because I knew there were storms in that area, but we can scan out across the country here once we get started. Issued UTC. Yeah, okay, that's right. They use UTC. No wonder. All right, let's scan out. Go minus. We don't want to see all this. I chose Auburn just because it was south, and I knew that all that stuff was heading in that direction eventually. You can see across western southern Alabama. We get a lot of people on my channel from this area here. So all you guys are going to be in harm's way later tonight. We got some stuff just southwest of Hotlanta. And down here in Macon Bacon, you'll see it later. Augusta, we'll see it even later still. Chattanooga, you're under storms right now. Now, where you got a straight line storm like this, you're not going to see tornadoes, but you may see very strong line wind. Tornadoes spin up where you have cells like this. And we had somebody in my chat room last night from Montgomery. So Montgomery might be in danger from any of these that could spin something up. The isolated cells can rotate. These cells are all gang together, don't tend to rotate. These could break up and rotate. Of course, you get something split off, you might get a hook. If you get a hook, rotation could start in the hook. The storms, they are deformed. They're not absolutely a straight line. All these storms here are, have potential, all these to form rotation. You could have offshoots of any of these. These are all very strong areas of storming. It's possible some of these could strengthen up and isolate and spin up. Then we come up north. This is a big tornado watch area right here. Of course, we got the one in eastern Tennessee. All this is coming into eastern. This is all coming into this area that's on that tornado watch. Here we are along the Tug River area between West Virginia and Kentucky. Very strong storms there, include some isolated cells and some possible hooks that things could happen in. Look at that. That could be spinning. Then you come up to eastern Ohio, southwest Pennsylvania, and all through Pennsylvania. That's some pretty strong storms just southwest of Akron, Ohio. Even these, they look tiny, but that don't mean that they're not intense. It doesn't mean they couldn't spin up because they are isolated. Well, we need more bad news. Well, this is just to make you weather aware. The reason I'm putting this on here is in case you're in any of these areas, this is a call for you to watch your local weather channel or go online to Ryan Hall, y'all, or some other YouTube channel that covers this kind of stuff live. So that's the main storms. You got a little bit up in Canada. Toronto's not too bad, but over here just east of Detroit, you know, there's Sterling Heights. I've been there. There's Detroit, Sterling Heights, Flint. I've been all these areas. I've been over here to Grand Rapids. So I've been up in this area. Pretty intense storms, guys. Just be weather aware. All this stuff will go out to the East Coast. And so we'll look at it on windy here. Of course, windy don't give you the granularity that you see in what we just looked at. We're going to come in here a little closer. Windy is more of a prediction center. Lord, it's a little bit behind. We bring it up time-wise. So we'll advance this forward. This is real good, though, to play forward. That's one I like this site. So you can see it's coming on in through Georgia and the Carolinas. It looks like it dies down into the later hours of the night. Early morning, 3 to 7, it's died down a good bit, which is good news. That means the storms lose energy because there's not as much daylight. But they could pick up in the Northeast. They're starting to pick up in the Washington, D.C. areas. The day plays on. New York is getting it about midday Wednesday off the coast. So New York through Wednesday, Thursday. And it's snow up in the Maine. Turns into snow, wouldn't you know? New days, you got more snow coming. Does that surprise you? Bolt gun, it's good name. Giaplis, Idaho. All right, guys, we're going to go here on Monday the 8th. We're going to stop right there. We're going to go back to clouds, see what kind of weather we're looking at for the eclipse day. Maine's in the clear. New Days is going to get a good view of the eclipse. Ohio, it's kind of mixed. Looks like you might see eclipse through here. The sky might be a little milky. In Arkansas, you're not going to have the heavy clouds. You might see the eclipse, but you're going to have this milky business here. Means there will be some diffuse cloud cover. So I don't know how well you're going to see it in Arkansas, but in southeast Texas, you're not going to see it. Where it comes across at Eagle Pass, you probably aren't going to see it. You might see it in eastern Texas, Arkansas. Looks pretty good here as it comes through the New Madrid fault zone area where we just had a little earthquake. So there we go, guys. Stop the share. E-I-E-O. All righty, folks. 2 more feet. Holy guacamole, smoke-a-moly. You're expecting 2 feet of snow New Days? Jeez. Seems like the Appalachian River. I thought the mountains help prevent tornadoes. They can still occur. Maybe not as bad. 2 more feet. Wow. Most recent conspiracy theory is that they're going to drop a chemical bile powder on people in the crowded areas, so don't look up. Make sure you got your safety, those little chintzy glasses on. At least keep it out of your eyes. I don't know. I'm not buying that Tucker video. So let me scroll through and see what folks are saying in the chat room. That's something a lot of channels don't do. I try to pay a lot of attention to my community here. We're a family, so I like to keep attention to that. Oh, yeah. Michelle did share my website, so let's see if we got any super chats over there. Ding, 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 ding. Don't see any email of it. Go to my PayPal site. Michelle gave me a real nice super chat last night. Salute to her for that. We got several good super chats in the live I did during the tornado session. Oh, we got one from Michelle. Michelle Young, salute. It just didn't come to my email yet. Thank you, Michelle. So Michelle sent a nice super chat to my PayPal through my Green Greg's website. Thank you, Michelle. Salute to you. All righty, let's see what everybody's saying. John B, Jennifer, we got quite a few watching here. We got Norway in the house. Very good. Ron Gunderson showing buoys. Yeah, it was rumored that the sea was going out in Japan, which would portend a bigger tsunami. I don't know, but they only had about a foot in some of those islands, Japanese islands I was showing you earlier off the coast of. Oh, there was a video of a mountainside. I didn't see that when I was going through X. I have to go back and see if we can see that. Maybe I missed it. So windy. Y'all had storms last night that were scary. And I know what there was a lot of rain here, a little bit of lightning. It wasn't. There was wind. It was very windy ahead of those storms. Esley tetragrammaton. Tetragrammaton. That's supposed to be the name of God. Yeah. Where does that come from, Esley? I don't know. Yikes. Oh, Jason is logged on. Mary's a Tulsa Fox, and Mary is logged on with Jason's. All right. Salute to both of you. Strong supporters of the channel. Nice couple. I spent a couple nights in their driveway in my van that I was videoing from earlier. I'm tempted to start it'd be terrified. I guess you mean being on those bridges. Yeah, that would be very unnerving to be on a bridge as heating and hoeing, knowing that bridges can collapse and it's a long way down to the water. Woo! That would be unnerving. No, I would not want to stand near the base of that building. Lived in San Bernardino at the big earthquake, San Andreas fault, and that was scary. So, oh, we got a big super chat. Let's see. You don't know me, Mom. Salute. You don't know me, Mom. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's very nice of you. So let's see. I think Steve is okay. Who is Steve? Oh, Steve Popper. Yeah, Steve's okay. I got an email from him. I need to return the email. I haven't done it yet. Shame on me. Tommy Tubbs. Let's see. First floors always fall. Seems like it, don't it? It's not the place to be in an earthquake. Maybe the place to be in a fire because you can get out of the building fast. You know, you don't be high up in a high rise in a fire. All right. Like a ride at Universal. Except you know that there's no safety controls. Most of these rides in the theme parks have got some safety design into the systems, at least you hope, right? Yeah, the guy says, I'm out of here, Lucid Farms. You're right about that. Lilo. Oh, no, yeah, I wouldn't be standing there either. Remarkable shape after it leans over. Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know, they build for earthquakes in Taipei, all through Taiwan. unlike the buildings in the Madrid fault area that were built, the new Madrid fault area in like St. Louis and Memphis, they weren't thinking about earthquakes and earthquake standards when they built those buildings, because they weren't getting shaken regularly like California, like they are in Taiwan and Japan. They get shook so much over it, they build those buildings to withstand earthquakes. They're a lot better built than buildings around here. Japan says it's a 7.7. May have been. Is at least a 7.4. People always want to film, need to get out. You're right, Lady Dagger Status. You're right. Hey, Doug, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, there was somebody else put a video on YouTube today that started out with an alert that wasn't very clear. It made it look like things were going south in a hurry. And some people had a case of kind of like the War of the Worlds, where they thought something was going down because of what was put out on the video. But the War of the Worlds actually started out in the beginning of their broadcast and said this is a play, a radio play. There was a YouTube channel that put out a video today that made it sound like something else was going on. And some people reacted and took some big risks because of it. So, you know, YouTubers need to be aware that everybody hears what you're saying when things go out, and you got to be careful not to panic the public. John Cole, Colonel Cole, how you doing? Black Belt Blues. Yeah, buddy. Let's see. Mario, yeah, that's a region in South Alabama where the soil was super fertile for growing cotton, and down through Mississippi. And once upon a time was a big plantation. Dave Siebert, if you watch Dutch and Sense, you'd understand earthquakes and locations more than you do. Okay. Maybe, but he don't get lasers, I'll tell you that. I've been drizzling on and off for a few days in Alexander, Virginia. Occasionally raining. Poland, several days ago, we're also doing courses on training people how to prepare for chemical, biological, nuclear, and radio. Yeah, guys, they're taking it seriously. They're telling their people prepare to get ready. What are they telling you here? Everything's fine. Don't worry. Because if you were worried, you might not vote for the people that are in power. So they're not going to tell you over here. It takes people like me on here telling you to get ready to prepare on these preparedness type channels. Tucker Carlson had an interesting show 2 days ago. Interesting. What did he tell us, Wazal? Wazal, I need to talk to you. Let's see. I got your phone number, I think. 2 more feet. Maybe Frozen, Let It Go song, fiat money. Yeah, we definitely are running on fiat money, guys. Eclipse viewers in southeastern Oklahoma should be aware of alligators. Look down too, or they'll be up and hungry. Whoa. You got alligators in southeast Oklahoma? Wow. Skeeters buzzing around my head. Alligators. Let's see. Tri-slab avalanches typically travel 60 to 80 miles an hour. They reach speeds within 5 seconds after they fracture. Wet avalanches travel much slower, 20 miles an hour. Okay. It's power class that flows, the ones that go really fast. So whatever the case is, you need to get out of harm's way and don't waste time about it. That's very important, guys. You got to get out of harm's way. All right, I missed something here. That is the thing to bear in mind. Move. Now, see, there was actually another avalanche coming down the mountain you couldn't see from that vantage point. And that's what you saw coming around. The one that we saw above was still going. There was another that is actually going on. That's the risk anytime you're along the side of a mountain during an earthquake. My grandpa always said to hold your breath on the bridge. Oh, I don't know, cowgirl. I think you need to breathe because you might pass out if you don't. Nightman's wife. Hello, Nightman's wife. Hello, Greg, and stay safe tonight. I'm down in Florida, close to Lake City, where at one time we thought we were going to start a venture up. Jesse Mills, hi from Northeast Arizona. How's the weather out there right now, Jesse? Space Girl, good to see you, Space Girl. I got my space hat on with a Space Force emblem on it. Oh yeah, remember the air raid siren in Hawaii? Yeah, that panicked a lot of people too. Jeff, salute to Jeff. Thank you, Jeff, for the nice super chat. All right. Does any donation method not require an ID? Well, you can always mail a check to me. Look at my Green Greg's website and find my address. Jan in Colorado. She sends me a little check every month, and salute to her for that. She does through the mail. If you go through, how do you donate? You can get the $ below. You may have to sign up and put in your credit card information, or you can go through, go to my website. If you have a PayPal account, you can go straight through that. Or if you have a credit card, there's different buttons you can click. That's use the link that Michelle Young posted. She's posted a couple times in here. While I posted a link for Tucker's interview. Okay, guys, you may want to watch that. That's kind of interesting. Taiwan is shaking. Yeah, it's still rocking hard. In fact, it may be rocking more just since we looked at it. Let me go back and do a couple things while we're in here, because I don't think I got everything. Texas storm chasers say rain-wrapped tornado in Ohio damage southern. Yeah, here in the east, your tornadoes tend to be rain-wrapped, and the cloud deck is a lot lower. Out west, the cloud deck's a lot higher. You can see tornadoes for a long distance, but here in the east, no. They'll sneak up on you. They will sneak up on you before you know it, especially when they're rain-wrapped. You don't see nothing. You suddenly, everything goes boom, you're hit. La 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 la. Let's see if I can find the X link again. Ding 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 ding. I think I stopped there. There was a mountain collapse somewhere in the video. Oh yeah, there's some other videos on here. We're gonna look at this bridge video. Let's go back and do a share again. We'll come back to the earthquakes. La-di-da-di. Hang on, guys. I gotta find the right page for me to share from. Here we go. Got too many windows over here to manage. La-di-da-di-da. There we are. Here's another butter sandwich. Oh, we don't want sound. Where's the sound? Yeah. Look at that light pole. I think they're probably on a bridge or a raised section of interstate. May just be a raised section of interstate. Would you want to be there shaking like that? That big truck up there shaking. Yeah, Wendy, there's way too much going on. West Virginia got a tornado in the Appalachian Mountains today. Yes, that can happen. All right, let's look at some others. There it is. This is the. Wish all these wouldn't start with sound. You never know when there's gonna be some music in it. This part of this mountain fell off in the sea. You can see, watch this. You can see the stuff in the air. This guy missed apparently this avalanche here. You see in the after effect where you got this cloud of smoke, debris, maybe water vapor up in the air. That's one of the islands. So you had an avalanche off the side of this mountain here. And that's an unstable shape. It's probably going to slough. You're probably going to get some more of that stuff fall off eventually, like that jut that's sticking out there. That's probably unstable. Yeah, you'd get a good wave around that. That might be what caused the 1-foot tsunami in the islands. This shows the sea backing off here off the coast of Okinawa, which is a sign of an impending stop making sound. Sign of an impending tsunami. Although I don't like it sloughed backwards very much, but anytime you're on a shore and the water recedes, get the heck out of Dodge. Looks like maybe the water was up here and it came down here. I don't know, guys. Same video, exact same video being reposted. We've seen this. Same thing there. We've seen that one. Oh, what is that? Villains clout destroyed. How did I turn it? What? Oh, avalanche off this cliff. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be having to breathe all that rock dust. That is not a good thing. So if you're ever situated where you suddenly are getting enveloped with dust like that, pull a shirt or a cloth around your mouth or face. If you can, wet it in advance. Even spit on if you have to. You need wet cloth in front of your face to help block that stuff out. If you can't use wet cloth, any cloth beats none. You do not want to breathe in that stuff. Breathe no more than you have to, but get out of harm's way. Get out of that mess. Of course, if you're in the middle of that, you can't see where you're at or which way to go. You can't see nothing. It's worse than a fog. You're like moving blind. If you're in a vehicle, you got to worry about other people running into you. That's very hazardous in that dust cloud. Any of that stuff could fall. See, there's stuff falling all around that cliff. Yeah, that's one of the scariest videos I played right there. Because who's inside that dust cloud? Here we go. This is during the Taiwan earthquake. That bridge don't look too good. That's part of the interstate that's elevated. Maybe we saw a video from the top of that a little bit earlier. But look underneath. It don't look all that great to start with. Five poles dancing. Get it rocking. Get it rocking. Look at those cracks. Look at that. Look at that. That don't look good. That whole section looks kind of janky. Janky and jerky. Man. Right. Look underneath that, man. Look all underneath here. You got rust coming down. Ooh. Cracks. Of course, that could just be from water seeping through. You hope the rebar in this stuff is good. I assume there's some big steel I-beams in that, but holy walking smoke-a-moly. I would not want to be on top of that or underneath it either. We know in one of the LA earthquakes, a lot of these fell down. You're right. His servant, yes, people do not move to get away from the stuff falling. Yeah, now what are they thinking? What are they thinking? We've seen that one. We've seen that one. Seen that one. Oh, this is new. Another avalanche. Dude, Taiwan's mountain solid. Yeah. Mine too. Think you need to be moving. What do you say? Boogie, boogie. It's like I said, boogie, boogie. That's what they need to be doing, boogieing out. Or in that case, your building may not be about to fall down. If you got inside, you might avoid some of that dust or get inside your car, even if you're not going anywhere. That's pretty bad right there. I assume there may be a roadway or something underneath there. If there's a roadway down there, whoever's the bottom end of that is not faring too well. Yes, sir. Boogie, boogie. Like I said, get out here now, get out here now. Sounded like English. He said boogie, boogie. I did say boogie, boogie. sounds almost like he's talking in English. Boogie boogie. Amen. Boogie boogie. What? Back up a little bit more. Almost like they said, get out of here now. I can't be talking English, but it almost sounded like it. Whether he was saying that or not, I bet it translates to that. Get out of here now. Boogie boogie. Woo! That would be scary. Oh, there we are on a subway. Wow, that would be nerve-wracking. That's an elevated subway. Right. Wow. Hello, Stan. How you doing? Wow. Guys. Whoa, there's another building. Look at that one. How's it even standing? Wow. Look at that. You can see damage on these other buildings too. They got damage to that one. Look at that. I would not want to be down here. People walking around down here at the base of it. Whoa. My gosh. Why don't we send naval ships here? Oh, they didn't want to open. Oh, what's this? Yikes, that road collapsed. The side here collapsed. All this collapsed. Vehicles here. Yikes. Everybody's on their phones. It's like here. That don't open. Listen, open. No, there we go. I think, yeah, we saw somebody walk around this building. We looked at these motorcycles underneath it, so we've already seen that. What is this? It don't open. Oh, well. Did I lose it? Did I knock myself out of X? Maybe I did. Didn't want to open that. I tried to force it. Maybe it wasn't a good move. Oh, took me back to the top. Blew me all the way out. New Days. Crazy Days Lemon. Yeah. Amen. Salute New Days. Thank you for the great super chat. That's awesome. All right, we're totally out of it there. Let's see what that does. Just getting that building for some reason. Well, my search was probably too narrow in that case. Search filters. And I ain't finding my buttons I normally use. I can't type. All right, we've seen the subway. We've seen the bridge. Oh, the pool. Look at the pool. Guys in the pool. Check that out. Got a wave pool. Wow, that water sloshing. That a screen for a theater. Look. Wow, they got quite a pool there. You can swim and watch a movie. Wow, guys. I don't know. Depending on how you search, you get different videos. Ooh. Now, is that waterfall on top of the building? They have pools up there, or is this pieces of the building falling off? I don't know, guys. That's weird. The dog up. Dog didn't want nothing to do with that. Almost before it strikes. Oh, yeah. Animals go crazy right before an earthquake. It hadn't hit yet, but the animals know it's coming. Now look, it starts. The animals moved first. Oh, we've certainly seen that before. Oh, here they are moving. Moving traffic. Now they stop. That truck over there. Yeah, one of the listens. Is that a radio they listen to, or is that the people in the vehicle talking? That truck rock. Whoa. That's our avalanche, the guy getting out of the way. We've seen that. We've seen that. Whoa, that's a new one. Whoa. Bill actually falling. My vehicle just got out of there. Wow. Now hang on. This happens anytime you get a building with electrical power in it. You're going to get arcs and sparks when suddenly your power lines break. A lot of people thought, like when that bridge fell in up in when that barge ran into it, that was a sign of an explosion. Now you get arcs and sparks when high power electrical lines disconnect. Anytime a building falls, that's what you're going to see here. Watch right there, and you can see the power lines there. Then the power pole falls too. You see the power line falling, power pole. Wow. They actually caught, most people catch things after the fact. You know, they don't have their phone pointing in that direction until it's over. That guy actually got the building collapsing. That's pretty amazing. Whoa, look there, that picture. Hole in the bottom. Hole in the bottom of the overpass. There's a train. Whoa, look at that train rock.
Oh.
The guys were saying, gosh, I'm glad I went on that train out there. Look, all these trains didn't do too well. It's turned over. Oh, there's another building that collapsed. Now, so there were several buildings collapsed, although you see a lot of the same video of one or twosies of them. Apparently, there were a number of them that collapsed. Oh. There's yeah, look at this metal. These big steel I-beams falling off this tower and hitting the one next to it and busting it. You would not want to be down here. Big steel I-beams falling, you would be in a world of hurt. But even in the building next to it, it's hitting it. Wow, that's a powerful video. I think we saw this building earlier. That's a different view of the same building. Holy smoke. So that building, that's about this floor here on the ground over here. So 1, 2, about 3, that's about the third floor up, sitting on the ground on this side. Jeez, how was nobody severely injured? I know, I expect we're going to see some reports of people that were lost in this event. These are people outdoors.
先不要放手，地震。哦，
有七题了吧？
超过，
超过了。
还在震哦，等一下，你看那个山的声音都出来了。
趴着就好，趴着。
Even in the forest, they were feeling it. Here's another wave action video. If you were in a boat in a canal, you'd have a hard time not ramming into the sides in a case like that. Jeez. You've seen that building fall. I don't know what it is with the ships here. There they are. It's not a video, so I don't know why those ships are there. At least we got the picture up in that time. Oh, Lord. All right, they're rescuing people here, I guess.
办法救援当中，那现在消防员正在拉起封锁线。他的这栋大楼后面还有一个加油站，非常的危险。那现在封锁线都已经拉起来，但余震不断，然后消防员正在想办法救援当中。那
Oh, did Steve Popper come in here? Popper report, Steve, God bless you. And the next journey. Is Steve Popper in here? It is. Steve, how you doing? Popper report, no real damage on the street. I'm finishing up. Are you there? Oh, yeah, you were in Taipei. That's right. Oh, my gosh, that's right. You did do a video. No real damage on this street. I'm finishing uploading a few videos before I leave for India. Very good. Glad to hear from you, Steve. Good to hear from you. Everybody go over to the Popper Report and subscribe to his channel. Do it now. Steve is a real good guy. A lot of respect for Steve and the work he does. I'll make him a mod. You're Smurf, Steve. I had the honor to interview him once. He gave me some of the best advice I've ever had. Steve is a very, very good guy, good man, very smart. I enjoy listening to his channel. I encourage everybody to go there and watch him. He is doing the Lord's work absolutely over there. And what he's doing, he's taking some risk. He knows it. Steve, I've been meaning to reply to your email. Thank you for sending the email. I have been in a whirlwind here. I actually had to run from storms myself here today. Hi, Greg. Yeah, I was eating breakfast inside when it hit. It was pretty strong. Did you get to finish your breakfast? What happened? Wow. Yeah, it was 7:58 local time there. So we got a man on the ground from Taiwan in the chat room, Steve Popper, none less than Steve Popper, the Popper Report himself, on the ground in Taiwan in our channel. Subscribe to him now. If you've not subscribed to him, go there, subscribe. Don't waste any time about it. He's got a great channel. He's a good man. And he is actually on his way to educate pastors, doing, missionary type work, I guess you would say, in India. So in a kind of a rough area there. So we've been worried about you, Steve. Somebody was asking about you earlier in the chat here. So I'm glad to see you here in the house. Yeah, so I don't usually come on this early, as you know, but this was live stuff, and this is breaking news, so I thought I would get it out here when I could. Thank you for sharing the link, New Days, to Steve Popper's channel. There's a link. Everybody can click on it right now. If you've not subscribed, go there, subscribe. Get some interesting videos coming from my assessment in Taiwan. Invasion preparation. Yes, I can't wait to see that. Absolutely, Steve. Hey, Steve, could I interview again soon? Since you've been there on the ground, I'd love to interview you, and that'd be a good place to plug those videos on this channel too. I don't know what would be a good time for you, but I'd love to interview you. I'd love to interview you again. You're on the ground at the cutting edge of where stuff is happening. So I hope the airport is in good shape. I hope you don't have any trouble getting out. And I'd be interested in really knowing what the people on the ground there in Taiwan think. How the people are you in Taipei? What's the mood of the people? What do they think about all these things? I'm really curious to hear that kind of stuff. Yeah, everybody say a prayer for Steve Popper and his work. He needs our support, guys. He is out there on the front lines. He's in the trenches of where things are happening, and also in service to the Father above. All right, we're honored to have him in the house tonight, Steve Popper. All right, we're about to go because I think I've shown just about enough of this stuff. Also, Steve, I led in earlier talking about the just earthquake in general, about the tornadoes that we're seeing coming through here, a lot of other things. I actually had a funnel cloud go over my house tonight. I drove north to get away from it. Sure, I always love to chat with you. I'm about to go dark as I go to India. I understand that. I'm in Taipei. People in this building were pretty chill once it was over. I bet they were a bit scared. Yeah, I suppose so. I would be too, especially those people on the bridges. There's a lot of videos I showed here earlier of people were on the bridges when that was going on. I would not want to be a bridge or underneath a bridge or anywhere near any of those buildings that fell over. Steve, are there any reports of casualties? Do you know, have you heard anything in that respect? I hadn't heard of that, but it's just hard to imagine they didn't have some of these buildings dropping a floor or two. So anything you can share on that would be glad to hear. You're on the ground where it's happening. So everybody, hats off to Steve and the work he's doing. I don't often take my hat off on this channel. That's a rarity. That is a rarity. But hats off to Steve. Some ran outside. Definitely shouldn't do that. Shouldn't run outside. Yeah, if you're around a big tower, stuff's liable to fall on you. We saw stuff falling off that big tower in construction. Whew. Hitting the buildings around it. That big I-beams falling. That's scary. Not really tied. It had to do regular videos upstairs afterwards. All right. All right, Steve, we look forward to hearing from you again. When you get settled down and get in a place where we're in India where things settle down, you can catch a minute, holler at me. We'll see if we can do a video. Love to have you on again. All righty, folks. Watching Dutch Incense, okay. Or Dutch Sense. I don't know why I don't call it Dutch Incense. Dutch Sense. All right. So thank you, Lady Dagger Status. You have a good night too. School night, says Judy. Okay. We get some sleep, get some shut eye. It's midnight your time because you're in the Eastern time zone. I'm in Central. I think it's about time for me to have lunch. Look at my email. I will. I did see your other email. I meant to reply to it. I just got wrapped around the axle so tight. I actually mentioned it earlier in this video and said I need to reply to that. So I'll definitely keep an eye out. Praise Jesus for your ministry, Steve, putting you down in prayer journal. There you go, everyone. Back to the salt mine for a few short hours. Yep. Pop report due to construction over there. I would recommend getting out, says Jesse Mills. Jesse Mills is a real smart guy. Got a lot of respect for him. He's been an emergency, one of his EMS emergency management guys. Jesse often sits in fire towers during thunderstorms and such. He's even, when he's been in our channel, in our chat room, sometimes he's up on top of a fire tower. East Coast, we're going back to school tomorrow. All right. I woke up in Gibsonia area. I worked up in the Gibsonia. Okay, excuse me, I misread that. Okay. I made pumpkin pie ice cream and just put it in the freezer. Oh my, I might be heading to Ohio. I actually don't need any ice cream right now. I'm actually losing some weight if y'all hadn't noticed. Yeah, see how big my shirt is on me? Yeah, can't really afford to go out and buy any new shirts, but old Green Greg's here has lost a lot of weight. If y'all hadn't noticed. Look at his shirt. I have lost a lot of weight. I need to go, I need to go to the presidential residence for some videos. Oh, very good, very good. Well, Steve, thanks for joining us. Thank you very much for being in the house. You really honored us with your presence tonight. Salute to you and all the fine work you do and reporting to us what you report and then just doing the Lord's work you do. Thank you, Steve. Seems like the whole ring of fire is going active. Yeah, that's what I was showing over on the earthquake. Let's go back to the earthquake map before we go. We need to go back and see if there's anything new there. I meant to do that a minute ago. Let's see here. Where's my USGS link at? Ding, 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 ding. Where is it? Yeah. It should be back. That's not it. Where did it go? Yeah, there we are. Let's back out. Look, there's still more earthquakes there. See a lot of, oh, there's a fresh one in Peru. Look at that, guys. 5.0. Oxapama, Peru. I'm probably not pronouncing it. I'm sure the X don't pronounce it. Well, there's another big one off coast there. 5.1 off Ecuador. The world is shaking and rocking. Let's go drill in here too. We noticed, Steve, earlier there was like an earthquake and 12 major aftershocks. there in your area that you're in right now. That's what we noticed earlier. Let's see how many we can count now. There's a new one, I think. 4.8, 4.7, 5.1. Wow, there's just a lot of them there. So we can count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, there's been a few since we've been on here. When we started, the total count here was 12. There's been 6 more since we started. One. Of course, this is the big one right here. Is it going to click for us? No, I don't want to click right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes. One big one and 17 aftershocks. Uh-oh, oh, snap. Oh, well. Reload. Will it reload? Lord. It is active out there, guys. It is active, but the people are still going about their lives there, and so is Steve. Birth pains for increasing, folks. Yes, I kept having aftershocks interrupting my videos. I can see that. We plainly see it, Steve. Look at all that. Just since I've been online here for, let's say, 81 minutes, there looks like there's been 6 aftershocks at least showing up here on the USGS site. Now, maybe they're a little late showing them here. I don't know how quick they show here, but there were 12 that we counted when we first came on here. Yeah, Captain Chess, we're about to go. Steve from Popper, Steve Popper from the Popper Report is in the house tonight, and he is there. He's on the ground in Taiwan. He's in Taipei, the capital city of Taiwan, in the Republic of China, which pre-existed the People's Republic of China. Just so y'all know, on the island of Taiwan, which is also known as the island of Formosa. Now, Steve goes on the ground all over the world. He's got some real experience in these locations and a lot to talk about. Hello, Randy. Well, we got new people joining here. All righty. Good to see you. We're about to go, guys. We've been on here now for 82 minutes. That's long enough. So we've looked at storms. We've looked at, we might want to go back and do one more track on that just to do another weather channel radar refresh. Wouldn't hurt to do that before we go. Just kind of look at where they're at here. Last shot. Don't need to see all that. Hide menu. Back out. We're looking at a real-time weather radar report here. These little cells are probably just thunderstorms, but small cells can spin up. It's the isolated cells that tend to spin up and form funnel clouds and tornadoes. Anywhere you got a hook in a cloud like that, hooks are indicative of rotation. You even got to wonder about little structures like that. Straight line storms, they're just heavy storms. You got to worry about straight line wind. That's some pretty heavy storms in this area here. That's just southeast of Birmingham, looks like, heading for Montgomery and Auburn. Coming up through Atlanta's in the middle of it now. It was all east of Atlanta. A little raining in Macon Bacon there. And let's see, these storms are still in East Tennessee. They've not got to the state line there with North Carolina. They're in starting to get in the Appalachians heavy right here. Of course, this is the Tennessee River, so this is all Appalachia. In this area here, that's all Appalachia. We're Appalachia down in here. You get Appalachian Mountains all the way down. Tallest mountain in Alabama is down here, by the way. Mount Cheaha. All right, they're updating as we're going north. Kentucky. Ohio up here, eastern Ohio. If you're in any of this areas, guys, be storm aware right now, weather aware. Now, all this stuff is splitting up. You could have Any of these could turn into rotational cells where you got isolated cells. That one could be really concerning right there in West Virginia. You got some over here in Northern Virginia. There's a strong line of storms right there up in Pennsylvania. Steve's from Pennsylvania, by the way, guys. Unless I'm dreadfully off. All right, guys, so that's kind of a snapshot of the latest radar here in the US of A, where we got a lot of storms going on. This is the US, this is the NOAA side on it. All this red. Right, there's your current. Looks like this one, this collapsed up in Ohio. Looks like we don't have an active tornado warning there. It's still in eastern Kentucky, West Virginia, maybe Western Virginia itself, all up and down Alabama and through Appalachia between Tennessee and actually East Tennessee mainly. East Tennessee, Northwest Georgia, and the middle of the state of Alabama. Be on the weather lookout, my friends. Made a watch 82. All right, we are going to call it a night. We've been on here long enough for tonight. So thank you, Super Chatters. I will check one. Let me check my PayPal one more time, see if anybody went in through here. I want to give everybody credit for what y'all donated. Oops, I got to log in again. Michelle Young, Slick Michelle. That was one she gave earlier. All right, folks. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. I've shared a lot of links. Thank you for keeping the room clean and safe. We are a family channel here. We keep the language safe here. And thank you, Steve, for joining us tonight. You really honored us with your presence here. You've got a great channel. And just thank you, everybody, for watching. We're our family. Just remember that. I want everybody to say a word of prayer tonight for Steve before you go to bed, that he has a safe journey, safe trip, Steve. I hope the airport runway is all good. And pray that Steve has a safe, successful mission in India and a safe return home from there back to his home in Pennsylvania. So again, thank you everyone for watching, each and every one of you. Please share my videos. The platform stomps on me a lot. Share my videos and make sure you're subscribed, because people get unsubscribed a lot. So make sure you're still subscribed and check out my links. I wasn't really talking and promoting my affiliate marketing sites tonight, but check out the one for True Leaf Market and check out the one for Eden Brothers, because you need to be buying your seeds right now, and seeds are going to be worth more than gold if the grid goes down. Just keep that in mind, guys. I think I'm going to do a video just on that topic alone. Thank you all, one and all,